Welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we're going to do what I'm calling a morning practice, but you can do it any time during the day. I find that a little movement in the morning really helps me make that transition from sleep and rest to an active day with a little more energy. So let's do it. Morning practice. Join me. We'll start in our chair. Sit tall. Roll your shoulders back and down. Let's do that again. Bring them up towards your ears and back and down. One more time. Up and back, and leave them down your back as you lift a little through your chest area here. And then we'll turn our head gently from one side to the center, to the other side. Just notice how your neck feels here. Nothing really extreme. And then come center and make a circle with your nose, just a small circle. And let's circle in the other direction. And then just pause for a moment, take a breath deep into the diaphragm. Notice how your neck feels. Being aware during your practice is such an important part of our practice. So every once in a while, I'll say stop and look inward. Look at how your body feels. Let's take the arms up now and we'll stretch through the ribs, reaching out of one side and then reach out of the other. And again, nice and gentle. And maybe after 2 or 3 of these, you start to reach a little higher. Make a little more space. One more time on each side. Just see how that feels. And then bring your arms down. Take a breath deep into the diaphragm. And let it out slowly through the nose. Sitting with our shoulders right over our hips, let's lift one foot and circle the toes. And circle them in the other direction. And then tap, lift, kick that foot out, bring it back in and set it down. And here again, it doesn't have to be high. Let's try it on the other side. We start with the ankle circles and circle in the other direction. And now tap, lift, kick it out. Bring it in and down. One more time. And then sitting tall again, just notice the energy in your legs now. Let's rock side to side, shift our weight from hip to hip. And then we'll take the upper body into a circle. Just lean it forward and back a little bit. Again, doesn't have to be big. And then we'll go in the other direction. We just want to sense that movement in our bodies. Wake up our joints this morning. Say, hello, joints, and then sit tall. Now, if you have pain in your joints, this gentle movement is safe to do with awareness. Take both hands up now, and then we're going to turn to one side and just bring the hands down. Look off in that direction. And then we'll lift up center again and go in the other direction and look off into that direction. Reaching high, turning, releasing the arms down. And then we'll come center and let's give those fingers a little wiggle as we bring them down to our thighs. Very nice. Separate the feet a little bit. And bring the knees in and then take them out. So you're rocking from edge to edge of the foot here. And you're just getting a little leg work, a little inner thigh work here, and a little outer rotation in the hip. Let's do 2 more. Good. And then again, sitting tall, let's place the hands right below the kneecap. And you might stay here. This might be good for you. I'm going to take that knee into a circle. So I sit a little taller, make some space, and then just circle that knee around, using the arms wrapped around the knee. And let's circle in the other direction. And then we'll place that foot down and step it out to the side and lean into it a little bit. Just kind of let the body lean to one side. And then with intention, reach through the crown of the head. Maybe take this opposite arm up over the head. Feeling strong? Let's take the other arm out. Grab hold of this energy of life and pull it up and into your core here, and step that foot back and in. And sitting tall, your shoulders over your hips. And then we lift the other knee and we place the hands below the kneecap and we circle. And let's circle in the other direction. Doesn't have to be big, just needs to be movement. Let's place that foot down, sit tall again, step out, come into our side angle. You could stay here or bring that arm up over your ear. And if you are here, let's just lift the heart forward a little bit, tiny little bit, and the energy goes up all the way from the hips to the crown. And for a little strength, we reach out with this other hand, grab hold of the energy in and around you and bring it into your core. And step that foot back and in. Take a nice big inhale. And once again, wiggle the fingers and rain them down to your lap. Sit tall, sit taller. Draw the belly in. And we'll take a few cat-cows right here. So we want to exhale and pull that belly button towards our spine. And I'm going to look down at my knees and drop my shoulders forward. And then we lift up, looking straight ahead. We roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do it again. Now to add a little more work here, start with your hands back by your hips. And as you come forward, slide them down towards your knees. And then as you inhale, slide them back and up. Let's do it again. Try the slide. Inhale as you come up. One more. And come all the way up. So a little movement, we're going to put a few of those together. So we're going to inhale, we're going to lift one leg, take our hands behind the thigh, or again, you could be right here on the front of the shin, and you're circling the toes. Sit a little taller, and turn the head to one side. Now as you bring the head and nose forward, we're going to circle those toes in the opposite direction. And then place that on the floor. Let's try it on the other side. Here we go. We lift. Remember, you can hold behind the thigh or right below the knee. And we circle the toes. We begin there with that movement and then turn the head. And then bring the head back to center and circle the toes in the opposite direction. And then exhale and release it down. So we'll do a few more of those. So here we go. Inhale, reach tall, lift those ribs. Keep the ribs lifted. Bring the hands below the knee. Circle the toes and turn the head. Come on back to center, circling the toes in the opposite direction a few times. And then we release it down. Inhale nice and tall here. Make space in the ribs, and then holding that knee up, turn the head, circle the toes. And then come on back to center, circling the toes in the different direction. and release it down. Let's do 2 more, one on each side here, taking our time, noticing how the body feels as we do these gentle morning movements. Back to center and release. Back to center and release. And then take a nice big inhale. Let's take that twist again to one side. Maybe you're twisting a little deeper now, getting a little more twist in the ribs now that they're warmed up and had a little morning movement. I'm going to pause here and just breathe and see how my body feels. Lift the heels, lift the toes. Notice how your ankles feel. Let's take the heels out, toes out, heels out. Notice the inner thighs, perhaps your knees here, pushing the knees out. And then let's bring them back and see how that feels. Again. Notice how I just sat a little taller. It's just a natural way for me to make space in the body in the morning. And then we'll stay right here and we'll rock side to side. Leaning to one side, leaning to the other. Noticing again any work that our body is doing. And then come back to center, heel toe, all the way back to parallel. Lift the heels, lift the toes. So you might feel that this is enough for you today, and that's fair. It's morning after all. But if you want a little more movement, we're going to stand next. So join me. Standing allows us to find a little more weight in the feet. So we come to our Tadasana. Again, the chair is available to you for balance and stability. Feet are right under the hips, so we don't want them real tight together. We want them a little apart, right underneath our hips. And pressing into the ball of the foot behind the toes, behind the big toe, and all the toes out to the pinky toe, that baby toe. And then into the heels. Just lean back ever so slightly. Feel a little weight in your heels. And then if you can, have that sensation of lifting your arches. So what does that mean? Well, press the ball of the foot back down a little much more. And then press through the heel just a teeny bit more. And perhaps you'll feel the lightness of the arch. If you don't feel it, that's okay. Just have that sensation of lifting the body. And then we'll release that and take the hands up nice and tall. And again, now reaching out of one side and reaching out of the other with a little more length from the foot to the hand. And then place both hands together. And if you want to join me in Kali Mudra, I'm interlacing the hands and pointing the pointing the index finger, that pointer finger, that's what I wanted to say, that pointer finger up to the sky. Now once again, press into the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, and feel the energy rise, lifting the arch of the foot just a little. Hold that and lean to one side. Come back through center and lean over to the other side. And come back to center, release the feet, release the arms. And let's roll those shoulders. Now getting the elbows out there. Making big circles with the elbows. Let's take that in the opposite direction. And then bringing the arms down. Take them out into a T and release them down. Take them into our I formation and release them down. So let's alternate T, reaching in opposite directions, getting a little stretch across the chest. And then down, soften, and then up. And reaching equally on both sides. Exhale them down. Take them out into a T. Hold here for a moment, and then bend the elbows towards your waist. Spread your fingers into our W. Push them out, palms, fingertips up, palms pushing as far as they can away from the body. And then soften that, turn the palms forward, and bring the elbows in. Out, and in. One more. And in. And then release them down and give them a little shake. I'm going to turn towards the chair now and come into down dog. Let's do it together. So we walk the feet back as comfortably as you are with it. Put a slight bend in your knees. And we're going to move through the shoulders here. So let one hand come down and we just kind of lift it, turning in the ribs. Look up to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then we just cross it over the body. And then we do it again and we lift. Now here, you can be mindful of how your shoulder feels. Go a little or go a lot. But also I want you to feel it in your ribs. So draw your belly in a little bit. Everything's a little bit in the morning, right? We don't want to do too much because we're just finding movement in the body here today. And let's try it on the other side. Hand on the chair, bend in the knees. Here we go. Turn and lift, cross them over. Turn and lift. And just notice how your body is opening up here first thing in the morning. Now, as I said, this is a morning practice, but it could be done anytime during the day. It might serve as a nice refresher in the midday, or it might get the kinks out in the evening after dinner. Let's put both hands on the chair, lift one heel, lift the other, walking our dog here. Now, if you want to walk it back a little further and lower the chest a little bit more, feel free. Pushing the hips back and up and drawing the shoulders towards the spine. And then again, pedal. And then lower the heels, walk the feet in, and come back to your mountain pose here. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice your body. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little warm. Let me know in comments. Does this gentle practice warm your body? And so we're going to step the feet apart, and whatever foot is near the chair, just turn that foot towards the chair. Put a little bend in it. Remember our T. Let's reach out and look out over that front hand. And now we're going to turn the palms up and we're going to reach up. And as we reach up, we'll straighten that bent leg. So we come back into a bent knee and palms go towards the earth. So check in with your knee in the front. When you bend it, it goes towards the toes. The back foot can turn out a little bit to give you stability. Shoulders are pulling back along the spine. So we'll do it 3 times. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And hold here. Release the hands. Pivot the feet forward. Keep the feet wide here and circle your hips. Soften your knees and circle them in the other direction. Just a little release there. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to stay facing the camera, but of course if you need to turn around, you can turn around because you know what you're doing now. And we're going to separate the feet wide and bend into the opposite knee now. Back foot can turn out at 45. And we extend the arms, palms down at first for our T formation here with the arms. Just take a moment, look out over your hand in Warrior 2. And then we'll move. Here we go. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them back down. And as you bring the arms up, the palms face each other. And as you bring them out, the palms face the earth. And as you lift up, the leg straightens And then as it bends, you make sure that those toes and knees are in alignment, right? Hold here. And then release and pivot to the front. And now let's heel toe the feet into a parallel position, mountain pose. Take a nice breath, sigh it out. And then we'll bounce. We'll just bounce into our knees. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see I'm bending my knees and my arms are just hanging at my side, moving away. Now, if you're facing your chair, be careful. But we're going to start to swing the arms. So we're bouncing in the knees, we're swinging, maybe moving the hips, just finding that movement in the body. And then we'll come to stillness once again. Once again, we could have hands on the chair or at your side. We're going to lift our heels and lower. Putting a little more weight into the ball of the foot. And remember, the whole ball of the foot. If you got sneakers on, that's good because it'll give you a little more stability on the ball of the foot. One arm can come up and the other arm. And maybe both arms, nice and tall. Again, one arm, the other arm, and perhaps both. One more time. Breathe in as you come up, exhale as you come down. And then step back from your chair again. Bounce in those knees. You can hear my floor squeaking here, yeah. Swing those arms. And maybe now we purposely swing the arms so we cross them. And as we cross them, maybe we bring them up a little bit and take them back and down. How high you bring them up is totally up to you. We just want a little movement in the shoulders and arms and knees here. Our joints, yeah. Because we're going to use them all day long. So we want them to be healthy. And then come to stillness one more time. Take a nice deep breath. Sigh it out. How's your body feeling? So one more thing, we're going to warm up that spine. So you can do it in the chair. I'm going to do a couple standing and then I'll come into the chair so you can see what it looks like. So here we are in our down dog and we round the back, tuck the chin, and then lift the hips and lift the heart forward. So it's not throwing the neck back. We just want to look off into the front of us, maybe 6 or 8 feet. And then as you exhale, you round it again. And if you want to continue standing, you go for it. I'm going to come into the chair so that you can see what this might look like in my spine. So here we go. I'm sitting in the middle of the chair, feet on the earth, and then we round forward and lift up. Last one here. And then we come to neutral and we sit tall in our chair. And we'll do a little side bend here. So place one hand down, one hand up, reach down, reach up, reach down, reach up. Just a little. Let's switch it. Let's do it on the other side. Once again, opening through the chest area because our arms are stretched in opposite directions, and then bring it back to center. Crossing one foot in front of the other, whatever foot's on top, place the hands on that leg or that side of the chair. Sit taller and look over your shoulder. Still working into the spine here. We're twisting now because the spine can go in so many directions. And it can do it safely and as long as you are moving mindfully. And then release it. Let's do it on the other side. So switch your feet and then turn in the other direction now. Sit a little taller. Turn, look over your shoulder. Continue to breathe deep into that diaphragm. And then release it and come around, separating the feet, rocking the hips side to side. We'll take them into a circle again. Maybe a little bit bigger this time, yep. Lower spine into the hips. Let's take it in the other direction. One more. And then sit tall, feet right underneath your knees, shoulders over your hips, and rest your hands on your thighs. Maybe close your eyes for a moment and just go inward. Notice how your body feels. Notice your breath. And if you're breathing a little harder because of the movement, just stay here for a moment. Let that breath even out. Let it slow down. Exhaling through the nose. And stay like this for as long as you need. I'm going to end class by bringing the hands together and rubbing the palms. Hover those over the eyes, opening the eyes into that warmth, and bring the hands in front of the heart and bow to your body for its fabulous work today. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Whether you did it in the morning, afternoon, or evening, it's all good. Have a great day.